There is a racially designed virus created in the laboratories of European scientists. The moment that you Negroes in America realize that you are the target, the better you will be. The newest racially designed virus that has been created by the descendants of Edom is this coronavirus that is having a most detrimental effect and disproportionately killing black people. But no one wants to recognize what's going on. God said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. However, we will continue to try and provide knowledge that is relevant to the circumstances that you are faced with today with this coronavirus and the authors of this deadly disease that has been released to implement and effectuate the genocide of those people spoken of in the Bible called Israel. Here is Keisha Lance Bottoms on CNN talking about the governor of Georgia decreeing the reopening of the state economy, despite the fact that predominantly black cities in Georgia are disproportionately affected by this disease.
Chris, I have 4 kids in my house, and no sooner than the governor made his announcement, my 18-year-old, who'll be 18 tomorrow, came running into the room to announce to me that the governor said he could leave home. So as a parent, I am concerned because what I know is that when I look at the data that we receive from our public health department each day, our numbers are going up. We get a count at noon and we get one at 7 p.m. When I look at the 24-hour period for the 7 p.m. count we got today, our death rate is up by almost 14%. Our positives up almost 7%, and we are not testing asymptomatic and people with mild symptoms. And so it concerns me.
So the situation, the reality of the coronavirus in predominantly black cities in Georgia is that the rate of increase is profoundly increasing. However, wants to increase the contact. Why? I'll tell you later.
Great working relationship with our governor, but I did not speak with him before he made this announcement. I spoke with Mayor Hardy Davis, who is the mayor of Augusta, Georgia, the second largest city in the state. He did not speak with the governor. I've spoken with several leaders across the state. So we really are at a loss, and I am concerned as a mother and as the mayor of our capital city.
Why did not the mayor speak with the mayor? Why didn't the governor not speak with the mayor of Atlanta, Augusta, and other cities that are heavily affected? Because he has no respect for you Negroes. That's the bottom line and the truth.
Well, the governor makes the talking to him part easier because he says, you don't have to talk to me because you can't undo this. No locality can overturn this statewide reopening. Now, that's a political play to make this uniform and for him not to have to deal with infighting. And that's okay on one level. But now the bigger concern will rest directly on his shoulders, which is why, Madam Mayor, we invited him on tonight. The governor's invited everyone to come on and make a case on this. He says you guys are in a better position than you were a month or so. And the data shows that over the last couple of weeks, you've seen a flattening in cases. Is that enough for you to have confidence that there's enough testing capacity, there's enough treatment capacity of what could happen in Atlanta, which is a huge density area.
Chris, if we're in a better position, it's because we have been aggressive in asking people to stay home. That's why we are in a better position. Our metro area has about 6 million people more.
So if they're in a better position because they've been telling people to stay home and stay and exercise, keeping away from people and isolating themselves, the governor is now giving advice just the opposite.
Than half the population in the entire state, but we have less than half of the people who have tested positive. Where are our hotspots? Our hotspots are in areas like Bibb County around Macon that didn't shut down. When we open up houses of worship, we have to think about Albany, Georgia, which has had one of the worst outbreaks in the country. That by and large came from 2 funerals. And so I'm perplexed that we have opened up in this way. And again, I can't stress enough, I work very well with our governor, and I look forward to having a better understanding of what his reasoning is. But as I look at the data and as I talk with our public health officials, I don't see that it's based on anything that's logical.
It's not based on anything that's logical. It's based on a nefarious, genocidal alternative. Is something that people don't want to hear. But that is the truth. That is what is going on. But we got to count. We got to count. We got to do the calculation. And we have to read between the lines and join the dots. We have to count up the acts that are being performed by those that would like to see black and brown people in America genocide. White folks know in 20 years they're going to be the minority in America, and that black and brown people will be the majority population in America, and the consequences will be that white folks will lose their political, economic, and social power. They don't want to do that, so now they're taking steps to prevent their loss of power. Let's count it up. What's going on with this coronavirus? 1, Donald Trump's base, as we know, is a predominantly white, inbred group of nefarious psychopaths that are racist and would like to see black and brown people leave this country or be enslaved. And if you can't do either one of those, they would love to see you Negroes just disappear. Donald Trump base, the people that vote for him, are what we call in America racist. Number 2, Donald Trump is the product and the end product of a man who was his father, who was a KKK member, a rich KKK member. Donald Trump was brought up in a household of a father who was a white nationalist and a degenerate races. Number 3, this virus, this COVID virus, is spread by close contact. When people are in close contact, the virus is easily spread. It's a very contagious virus, just like the cold virus is spread by somebody talking to you when they're close to you, or coughing in your presence, and those microscopic particles in the air that you can't see can infect you, even though you're not touching the person or standing 1 or 2 feet away from them. If you're 6 feet or closer, or even 10 feet away, if the wind carries those particles that are in the air and you breathe them in, you can become infected with that virus. Number 4, 70% of the people that are dying from this COVID virus are black people. 70% of the people that are infected with this virus are dying. 70% of the people that die are black people. So we see that black and brown people are suffering mostly from this virus. Number 5, we see that in Georgia, the predominantly black population areas such as Atlanta, Albany, Augusta, Bibb County are the counties that are being detrimentally affected. Number 6, we see that those individuals in high political positions, such as the governor of Georgia, can increase the spread of this virus amongst blacks. He can do that by making the state open its economy prematurely. 7, what happens if you open the economy prematurely as this virus is continually being spread? Well, what will happen is what you allow to happen. The governor has indicated that he will allow barbershops, salons, nail parlors, restaurants, and other such businesses that black and brown people frequent to open up this Friday. Well, what would that have? How would that affect the population of Georgia, particularly black and brown people? Well, when you do that prematurely, you are promoting the disparate impact and the detrimental effect that this virus has upon a particular racial group of people in Georgia. When you pass a political decree that allows black and brown people to open up those institutions and those businesses that are frequented by black and brown people, you're going to increase the contact and the spread of the virus, because it is most desirable for these races to see that 70% death rate be maximized. So you got to add it up. Who are you going to listen to? The point is, who are you going to listen to? Are you going to listen to Massa, this white governor who cheated himself into a governorship, or are you going to listen to the black mayor in Atlanta and other black political leaders around the state? Are you going to take the advice of a white man, or are you going to take the advice of your black politician elected for your best interests?